Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Crystal City. If you missed the last episode, you can click on the icons of the video to watch the previous episodes to get caught up. I hasten to change the subject while I could still avoid an explicit involvement in somebody else's secret. It is an ego on your cockade? What? Egos are long gone. Those are angels' wings. It is strange that in this high-tech world somebody believes in God. We don't believe, we know. Our scientists proved its existence. The angels showed up to people not that long ago. What? Oh. I was stunned. Here we are. God, angels, this is nonsense. Although, it came from a parallel world, but I'd admit the existence of a real God that was not invented by people. What is a God like? I do not remember. I do not know. No information. Let's not talk about this. That subject. At least for a robot. I get it. Actually, I don't get anything, but I did not want to upset this wonderful girl. It was my turn to squeeze her hand reassuringly. In response, she smiled. Do you like holding someone's hand? The girl android was confused and even blushed. Does she have the same blood system as a human? Yes, but not with everyone. What do you mean? It was my time to blush. It's wonderful when you're not considered everyone, especially by such a nice girl. I mean a robot. What's the difference really? Let's see. Robot in real human. Robot, human. I, me, too. I felt like a young schoolboy on a first date. It was exciting and enjoyable, but there still was one thought that haunted me. But you are some jerks to release aggression. You have to. What? Warda sat up so abruptly that I shuddered. Have a nice day, citizen. I am so confused what he just said. I don't understand. And she walked away, leaving me alone on the stupid comfortable bench. Sorry, I am such a fool. But there was nobody next to me. Nobody met me at the hall. All the way to the elevator, I was examining the walls, hoping that a pale silhouette of Selena would suddenly appear against her background. But she was not there. I did not know the floor of Professor Tin's office, but the terminal blinked with right button helpfully. Good morning, mon cher. I shuddered. Well, I was so deep in my thoughts that I did not notice when it arrived. I was standing like a fool in the middle of the office. Yes, morning. And what worries you in such an early hour? What are you so puzzled about, mon cher? What are you thinking about? About the god. Oh, those are meritorious thoughts. What exactly you are interested in? I sat in an armchair, which is even more comfortable than a bench outside. Did he leave? Where? Why? Professor's head jerked as if he shrugged and waved his hands. I saw none of it. Who knows? After all, we are talking about the god. The official story is that he was satisfied with his creation. He gave us the freedom and went to where he was most needed. And an unofficial story? I mentioned it earlier. Who knows? Do you really believe that this world is perfect? Of course not, mon cher. But it is much better than other worlds, trust me. There is no violence, no bigots, no wars. All people live in peace and harmony. Compete in sports, science, art, in beauty of their bodies and purity of their intentions. This is a nearly perfect world. Nearly? Yes, something is missing here. Like what? Personally, I miss the magic. Professor turned it somewhere inward. Maybe he was thinking of magic? Where did he come from? Probably some Middle Earth with its elves, hobbits, and local Gandalfs. So why are you here then? In the high-tech world? You're a key person yourself if I got it right, aren't you? That's right, but I've got a job to do. Professor sighed and, as if having decided, replied in detail. I am the last of ones. Last of ones? Key persons? Of myself. Either me died this way or another, and the one who survived cannot abandon his world. His life work is there and mine is here. Until I finish the experiment, finish my work here, I will not be called back. The experiment? What is it about? Young man, that's only semantics. Information is classified. You're not even a warden yet. And what am I allowed to know? Strictly speaking, nothing. Well, it is only for now at least. I've already told you a lot as an exception. This world is tiny. There are just a couple of key persons. That's why I'm so frank with you, mon cher. But let us not hurry. Let's go back to the god. Okay, what is it? Professor smiled. It is the god. I staring demandingly at Professor Tin, and he continued. Presumably an ethereal information and energy being with infinite possibilities. We're dealing only with its messengers, the angels. You, in who exactly we? People, prophets, apostles, me. Did you see the angels? I did in my time, until they left as well. Does it mean that I am talking to a real apostle, and he works as ordinary doctor at a hospital even though the central one? What did they need? They checked whether the commandments were observed. So you had commandments as well? Well, what a religion would be without commandments, mon cher. There's almost a standard set of commandments in all worlds. He is the only one, the god. The professor smiled again as if it was a joke. Only I did not catch the humor. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, and so on. Exactly, 5 commandments that allowed us to build this wonderful world. 5? Not 10? It depends on the world. We have 5. There's even a joke that the local prophet dropped 1 tablet with a half of commandments, but that's an inside joke for the wardens. I shook my head. Can we skip the joke? I would really like to understand. Alright, the first commandment is God is love, false idols are evil, forget them. Agree, that is a good command. Do not need strife and war, just forget them. And who will remember imaginary gods if their existence is not proven? The true God sent angels and many people saw them. They were living among us once. I stood up and started pacing. Great, no crusades and no inquisition. If you want to invent gods, invent them. But they all will be forgotten by those who saw a real angel. The second commandment is do not kill neither others nor yourself, do not wrong. As a great commandment in my opinion, it disowns murder, assault, and any other harm that one can cause to the compatriots. I could only nod. Coming up is do not steal. Then goes do not lie. No comments here. And finally, do not betray your spouse by God. Appreciate love and beauty. This one is not that clear. You may interpret it as stop cheating after church wedding and it's on one's conscience. Stop. What about weekend? I think we've got something about Saturday, but I was never into religion, but I guess. A stupid commandment. Should rest when you are tired. It makes sense. No desire to argue that. What about honor your parents? A dangerous commandment. It's good that we do not have it. But why? It allows parents to turn their children in their lifelong slaves in the name of God. Honoring, in fact, can be interpreted in different ways. And in general, children do not need stupid parents. They need good teachers, professionals, experts in their field, who will not make any mistakes in education. They will just honestly work for being paid. Oh, I was like in a Strugatsky book. Professor expressed interest. Who is it? The Strugatsky brothers are ideologists, so to speak. The writers who came up with a similar system, but aren't children live in families here? In families indeed, in remarkable families of 5 to 7 children and 1 teacher. I even grimaced. It's a foster home rather than a family. But that's even better. And what about love? A good teacher knows how to love all pupils, and the children respond in kind, of course. I shook my head and held up my hand. Doc, stop, I need to digest it and reconcile. Professor Tin stopped. He understands everything. After all, he is not from this world himself. Here is just a... And what about Selena? You have this kind of family? Now, Doc obviously hesitated for a moment. It's too soon for you to know about it, mon cher, but I do not want to lie. It's a sin. Selena was created in the laboratory. What? What, huh? I found the armchair and closed my eyes, as I suspected. Is he an android? No, of course not. Well, not really. So is it not or not really? A group of scientists were working on a secret project. They tried to allocate the gene of a key person. In this world, scientists have already... I've heard rumors from a taxi driver. They have genetically developed physics. Psychics? Yes, it's not a secret. The only secret thing is the existence of wardens. So Selena was created from some genetic material of a key person. Only in the process of constructing someone made a mistake. Back then, genetics were still a less developed field. We gave her a photographic memory so that she could carry huge amounts of scientific information on the other side. But it has played a cruel joke on us. The key person was defective, did not have her own personality. And we tried to transfer artificial intelligence into her. It did not work. Rather, it did not work out the way we expected. The professor was talking with much passion. Apparently he gestured with his hands that were invisible for me, paced around the room, and here only his excited translucent head was making grimaces. We rewrote the artificial intelligence in the girl's brain and got a robot. Easily programmable, capable, skillful, almost a human, but during the first exchange, the Crystal City did not get the same artificial intelligence created on the other side, but my granddaughter, an introverted mute girl. Oh. The professor was upset. Said that he was concerned about the child's fate. He's still a nice person. The experiment almost failed, but the child proved to have an excellent photographic memory as well. Now we successfully use the two key persons from both worlds as flash drives. Okay. Jaw dropped, but Doc looked quite pleased. An excellent storage medium. I show Selena multi-page documents unable to read. She accurately reproduces them on the other side. Now Doc was shining. What a fantastic grandpa. One cannot even dream of such a family. I clenched my fist involuntarily. I wish I could punch that smug grin of his, but there was only a hologram in front of me. I am tired. That's enough for today. For some reason, I could manage to speak only short phrases. I stiffly walked to the elevator. Doc followed me with his surprised eyes. And vanished. Scientist. In the world of magic. Freaking Wizard of Oz. Ugh. Of the Crystal City. A city filled with love stimulated professionally by good, pious teachers. Where they treat you of romance and equate beauty to lechery. The lawful stipulated by the contract lechery. The wall moved. I jumped up right off. Selena, my cute friendly ghost. Were you in the elevator all this time? How did I not see you? Ah, yes, I was tuning out. Together we came to the door. I managed to calm down a little. Anger was replaced by sadness and pity. You know, elaborate. I come from a world where teachers are not as professional as they are here, but we have grandpas fond of their granddaughters without a reason, just because they exist. Put an arm around Selena and patted her shoulder. How can you live here, among all these hypocrites? I said it almost inaudibly, but a thin hand hugged my waist. Selena buried her nose into my chest and sighed. We did not go for a walk. I left the hospital alone. Lynn's face was tear-stained. She tried to turn away, but I had time to notice her puffy eyes and her red nose. It looks like she is going through or falling out way more than she should before the divorce. Poor girl. These feelings are her life. For her, it is a much greater tragedy than for me. I hesitated in the doorway, not knowing what to do, then decisively headed toward the wife. I sat down in front of her, took her hand, and looked into her eyes. Then sniffed and looked away. It was unclear what those gestures contained more of, guilt or resentment. Then I'm sorry I'm such a fool. It exhausted my eloquence, but this was quite enough. Then stopped hiding her eyes and smiled slightly. And I am sorry too. And there's not your fault. Leaned forward, kissed her still wet cheek. I think we were planning to go for a walk. Then flashed her enormous emerald eyes and flew out of the room to get ready. She was happy again. How easy being with her is, no dramas or lingering scandals. Well, we had a quickie on the side. It can happen. Marriage is a training one after all. No laws have been broken. Our conscience is clear. I wonder if she were my real wife, could I easily accept her unfaithfulness? Or if I did not feel good because of my relationship with Selena? I don't know. No, I don't know. Walked ceremoniously, hand by hand, down delightfully beautiful streets. Lynn was smiling at passersby as I smiled at my thoughts. It's a strange world. Pleasant at times. It's easy to live here. Or was I just lucky with my wife? Maybe I should stay with her. Why not? I will do a formal proposal, become a real husband, arrange a wedding. I could not even dream about something like this when I was a geeky IT guy. I was even dreaming about our wedding night, and I cannot. It will toss me into another world and a total stranger will be in my place. And I thought the same thing about Selena. That's another person for who I'm responsible now. We're responsible for those who we tamed. Tamed? What kind of word is that to talk about a person? That's weird. Is that correct? Wise Fox? I did not understand it before. How much easier it was when I was responsible only for a pile of soulless metal, sitting in the server room by myself watching movies when there was no work. No, I did not even miss this not particularly burdensome job. It was not a life, but an imitation of life. And now I'm walking next to a beautiful girl who seems to like me. I cannot be really close to her, because I will momentarily find myself far away, incredibly far away. I can only walk next to her down the street side by side, but it's quite enough. I like her too. I'm sure. Otherwise, I would not smile like a fool just because she is there. I even wanted to tell Lynn something nice, but I feared to spoil that moment. Our smiles were enough. I want some ice cream. Can we stop by? Sure. The building seemed unfamiliar, although try finding any difference among all these twin towers made of glass. But inside I stopped abruptly looking at the floor. Okay, what's happened? What have you seen? Oh yeah, I've shared the line with Selena only. Nobody sees it but us. No, nothing. Come on. Alright. Oh, let's take the table, the one on the balcony. What is the probability that we will get into the same cafe that I visited with Selena? In a huge metropolis where all the people left in this world live. I like this one. So you like it? I'll take the same. Here you are. And that Lynn will select the same kind of ice cream which we ate with Selena. What was the ice cream we ate with Selena? I'm not entirely sure. What was it? I don't know. No, that is some nonsense. She's just making fun of me. She must have looked through the logs and now reproduces my meeting with a cute introverted girl. What's next? Will we go to the park and have sex under the same tree? But why? Something wrong? Why are you frowning? No, maybe a mere coincidence. I do not want to spoil my wife's mood. She's cried enough already. Everything is okay. I just caught a shadow of sadness in my eye. Let me blink and it will fly away. I blinked and smiled earnestly, so earnestly that I've heard a crackle. Lynn giggled. That scared me. Get that thing off your face. This is not a smile, but a grin of some kind. I relaxed and tried to smile more at ease. There we go. Much better. And I'm gonna end the episode here, everybody. It seems like we're just gonna go for a walk with Lynn here, and I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like so from what I can understand is that Selena is from a different world, it seems. But Linda is a experiment. I'm just confused. But we'll find out more about this all in the next episode of Crystal City. If you guys enjoyed this episode, then please slime that like button and subscribe down below for more awesome videos. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye!